This is the Doctor continuing the Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. I'm at the next mission. I'll restart to get the briefing.
Our long-awaited summer offensive has arrived, and I want you to spearhead Case Blue and finally knock the Soviets out of this war. The ultimate goal is to reach as far as the oil fields of the Caucasus. Capturing these resources will shut down the Soviet war machine while feeding ours with precious oil. Striking hard and fast here at Voronezh should throw the Soviet forces into confusion. So, I recommend starting there. As you'll be expected to advance huge distances, be sure to mobilize your forces appropriately. Sending the bulk of your forces between the Don and Donets rivers will enable you to capture a number of your objectives. If that complete, you should be in a prime position to launch a final assault on this objective here. Remember that this operation has just begun. Don't get us started off on the wrong foot.
I got a new hero. Let's see. 6 Sense, immune to ambushes. That doesn't seem super useful. Maybe I put on a fighter or something. Boy, this is a proper Blitzkrieg map, huh? You have to look at this distance. This is, I think, the biggest map so far, and I only have 20 turns to cover all of this. All right. Operation Blue. Look at that, 28 June 1942. What does that? What is so special about that date? Well, it's 6 days later than June 22nd. That tells you something about the state of the armored forces at the time. All right, I'm gonna pause the video here to reorganize my troops. All right, this is a very interesting map, considering how big it is, and I wish to deploy more forces north here near Voronezh, but I don't have enough slots, so I think these airfields are going to be critical. This start airfield, and then this airfield near Voroshilovgrad, because we'll need air power to continue the advance. I really hope the Soviets don't have too many units on this map, because if it's filled to the brim with units, I don't know how you can do this in 20 turns. I suspect it's a lot of empty space. So we should be okay. Now, I thought about deploying more forces south near Rostov, but thinking, just like the briefing said, if we take Voronezh and sweep south, that seems to be the best way to go here. I guess there's an alternate solution where you take Rostov first and then sweep north, of all things. And then maybe meet in the middle. That could be another way of doing this map. But I think Voronezh is difficult to take, and it'll be important to take this city as fast as possible. Especially taking out both of those airfields mean the Red Air Force can't do anything in the north. Like, we know then they're stuck to the south, and we can concentrate all our air power there. I also bought a second bridge engineer. I feel like bridge engineers are going to be very useful. One to help outflank the Oskil River and then the Don River. And once we outflank these positions, I can bring one of the bridge engineers down south to help cross the Donets and Don rivers. So I think these will be very useful. I also just realized belatedly, it's only at this point of the campaign, that there are certain units you can overstrength for free in terms of core slots. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So like this Stug, for instance, I should have always been putting it at 11 strength. I have plenty of prestige, but core slots are limited. Same thing with these anti-aircraft guns. That just makes these low caliber guns even more appealing, because you can overstrength them too, basically for free in terms of core slots. So there's a lot of units like that. The strategic bombers, same thing. I also overstrengthed a Stuka, because I feel like I'm going to need it. I'm going to keep this little Panzer IV around, not because the short barrel 75mm gun is good, but because it looks fun. It's still good against infantry. I still got plenty of Panzer IIIs. Panzer IV-G with the long barrel 75mm gun. My good old Panzer II flamethrower tank, which I'll probably upgrade sooner rather than later. I mean, this unit's fun, but I'm thinking this needs to be turned into a tiger or something, because that's gonna need to happen at some point. What else? Yeah, I think this deployment is good. Oh boy, 20 turns. Now, there is a lot of things to be said about Case Blue, but there's a battle near Voronezh in which the Soviet 5th Guards, no, it wasn't a Guards army, it was just the 5th Tank Army, tried to counterattack the Germans after they took the city. It was an entire tank army. I think there were like 3 tank corps or 4 tank corps in there, maybe even more. Hundreds upon hundreds of tanks. But due to the poor Soviet doctrine at the time, and well, there were many reasons for the failure of the 5th Tank Army attack. In fact, let me pause the video here. Alright, I went off screen to get my book, To the Gates of Stalingrad by David Glantz. He's probably the most famous Western historian on the Eastern Front. He's wrote a lot of books, and including a 3-volume trilogy on the Case Blue campaign and the subsequent battle at Stalingrad. So lots of material. There are a lot of misconceptions about this campaign. For instance, the Soviets intentionally withdrew their troops so as to lure the Germans deep into the interior and then, destroy them by a final counterattack in Operation Uranus. Like, that's not true. It is true that the Soviets withdrew, but those were usually unauthorized. And for the most part, the Soviets tried to stand and fight and launch a ridiculous number of counterattacks, including this tank action near Voronezh by the 5th Tank Army. These counterattacks were often very poorly conducted operations. They just didn't have the skill at the time to launch true combined arms operations. But anyway, I will take several minutes just to read this excerpt. The Germans were closing in on Major General A.I. Liu-Zukov from 3 sides. He was desperate to stop them. The only way to save the encircled half of his 2nd Tank Corps. 3 weeks before, Liu-Zukov had been commander of 5th Tank Army, one of the Red Army's first attempts to create a large mechanized unit equivalent to a German Panzer Corps. The headquarters of the Soviet Supreme High Command, Stavka, had reinforced 5th Tank Army to a total of 641 tanks, and ordered it to attack southward into the flank of the new German offensive, seeking to cut off the 48th Panzer Corps, whose divisions had just seized the southern Russian city of Voronezh. A key city on the Don River, Voronezh was rapidly becoming a focus of struggle because it formed a natural northern anchor for the German advance eastward to Stalingrad and southward to the Caucasus. The Soviet dictator, Joseph Stalin, believed that Liu-Zukov faced only 1 German panzer division and expected 5th Tank Army to chop off the spearhead of the overextended German armor before the panzers could receive reinforcement from the hard-marching infantry divisions. But everything had gone wrong from the start. Few, if any, Soviet commanders and staff officers had the experience necessary to maneuver large mechanized formations in battle. Liu-Zukov's army headquarters had been in existence for only 6 weeks, and his 3 subordinate tank corps, each equivalent to an armor division, had been formed only in April. The Soviets appeared incapable of coordinating 3 tank brigades, let alone 3 tank corps, in a single operation. Instead of attacking a solid mass, the 3 corps had arrived on the scene and entered battle piecemeal between 6 and 10 of July. Moreover, the Red soldiers found themselves opposed by 2 panzer divisions with 300 tanks, soon reinforced by a number of infantry divisions. Absolute German air superiority made Liu-Zukov's task even more difficult. Nor did his superiors help him in any way. As was its custom, the Sovkhat attempted to micromanage the battle, sending a series of specific instructions along with senior officers, including the head of all Soviet armor, to personally supervise his actions. Meanwhile, a bewildering series of changes occurred in the front, or Soviet army group, that supervised 5th Tank Army. Frequently, the actions that the Sovkhat criticized were simply Liu-Zukov and his subordinates obeying the instructions given by one of the 3 successive commanders of Bryansk front. Despite these troubles, Liu-Zukov succeeded in gaining German attention, forcing his opponents to concentrate large numbers of troops and aircraft to defend their northern flank. Yet success was invisible to Stalin, who disbanded the Tank Army headquarters and demoted Liu-Zukov to Tank Corps commander on the 15th of July. Even that had not ended the agony. Under constant heckling from Moscow, Reinsfront continued its counterstrokes against the Germans, who by the 20th of July had built up a solid wall of infantry divisions backed up by 9th Panzer Division to protect their northern flank. One of these red counterstrokes achieved a limited penetration on the 21st through 22nd of July, but this attack force, which included a rifle division and 2 lead tank brigades of Liu Zhukov's 2nd Tank Corps, was soon hemmed in on 3 sides by German infantry and armor. By all accounts, Alexander Ilyich Liu Zhukov had been a skillful and brave commander in 1941, becoming one of the first men recognized as a hero of the Soviet Union because he had performed superbly during the battle for Moscow as the deputy to Lieutenant General A.A. Vaslov, commander of Western Front's 20th Army. After 3 weeks of failure in midsummer 1942, however, Liu Zhukov had reached the end of his rope by the 23rd of July. Ordered by Lieutenant General N.E. Chibisov, commander of Reinsfront's Special Operational Group, conducting the counterstroke to locate his corps' 2 tank brigades encircled deep in the German rear area and lead them back to safety. Liu Zhukov, at 0900 hours on the 23rd of July, climbed onto a KV heavy tank with his commissar. He personally directed the tank southward from his headquarters at Bolshaya Verikha. These Russian towns are difficult to pronounce. And across the Sukhaya Verikha River, seeking to break through the enemy infantry and armor to rescue his 2 brigades, just short of the German defensive positions in a patch of woods south of the village of Libyzov. Several hundred meters west of Hill 188.5, Liu Zhukov's tank was immobilized by fire from an anti-tank gun. The stranded tank acted as a magnet for German fire, and the general ordered his crew to abandon the vehicle. Machine gun fire wounded the driver and killed the radio operator as they bailed out of the hatches. Liu Zhukov himself escaped from the tank but was killed instantly by artillery fire. The disjointed, uncoordinated actions of 5th Tank Army and its component corps and brigades seem to confirm the widespread German contempt for Soviet military staff work and leadership. Yet, repeated Soviet counterstrokes of this kind delayed and weakened the Germans long before they reached Stalingrad. In less than 4 months after Liu Zhukov's suicide ride, the surviving Soviet tank commanders proved themselves to be more than a match for their German counterparts. Alright, let's get this battle started. Heroes. Oh, right. I was gonna assign a hero. It's the one that makes you immune to ambushes, right? I don't think that one matters. Alright. Unused core slots, yep. Okay, let's see what is on this map. We got some conscripts. Let's use our Storch. Is that a tactical bomber? Yes. Oh, the U-2, the biplane. That's a scouting plane. Why do they have this? The AI doesn't need this. I don't care about this. This is not a lot of troops up here. Okay, I mean, these fronts are basically empty. I thought there would be more Soviets. You got the odd T-42 and the odd cavalry unit. Heavy weapon infantry. These positions can be encircled. What is this? A combat engineer? This position seems like it should be encircled as well. Oh. Let's do this first. This position can definitely be encircled. I need to pause here to think. Alright, thought about this turn a bit. We need to encircle this engineer. That is the most important objective. This artillery really only has one good move here. This engineer we will deal with next turn. There's also a cavalry down there, don't forget that. Cavalry can't hurt me though. Start moving some armored troops through to protect the bridge engineer. Cavalry can't hurt any of these units. This T-50 seems potentially a little concerning. What else is through there? Doesn't seem to be anything. Let's take care of you. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I should have put more anti-air up north. Might need a bit of cover. This is a recon unit. I don't care about that. This cavalry can't do much. These engineers will be quite weak next turn. Don't know what else is lurking in that fog. This makes me a little nervous. This would cover everything, but then the combat engineer would attack me, which is not ideal. I might hit it with the strategic bomber. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided. Oh, I converted one of my pioneers to a grenadier, mounting a half track. I want to see how these units perform. I have no idea. They're probably not very good, but who cares? Who cares? Really? These conscripts can still do 2 points of damage? That's actually kind of absurd. That is T-3442. That is a problem. Alright, now you are much weaker. Should be able to take care of you. What is this, a cavalry? Oh, if I knew there weren't Soviet units across from here, I would not have put a bridge engineer there. I don't think I can encircle this unit this turn without a recon unit. Yeah, that's not really realistic. I need more air cover. I go force march. Go there. Move the half track out. What can the AI doesn't know how to use force march because cavalry can, in theory, force march. I hate putting my units on a river like this, but may not have much choice. Oh, so bought myself a Pack 40, a shiny unit. You know, we could do it cavalry could counterattack. I have 11 ground defense versus 11 soft attack. I have 1 artillery covering. You just bomb it. In theory, the cavalry could force march and hit me here, but I don't think the AI knows how to use force march. This bridge engineer, I'm already gonna shift south. Yeah. I should use this Stuka though. Can't reach that. Let's see. Oh, no defenses. This makes grabbing that airfield super tempting. And then I could use a tank to... Oh, I can't not do it. T-60. Alright, that's fine. 3, 4, 5. Could even fall back a little bit. T-60s are pretty quick. Can't encircle this town without taking out that artillery, but if I take the artillery, but then this T-42, I mean T-34, what am I talking about, could come here and hit me. That would be bad. I mean, it'd be very vulnerable, but I don't think my recon unit can survive the attack by 2 Soviet troops. Tricky. I think this needs to go up to help protect that column. I think you come here. Alright, this combat engineer is useless next turn. Fighter up to cover. Oh, I can't actually... Wow, this Panzer IV can't be covered. That I do not like at all. Unless I do this, I move a fighter to cover these units. Actually need to move 2 fighters out. Because I need to cover the strategic bomber as well. The engineers want to leave their entrenchments to like come onto the river and attack me. Go ahead, buddy. Gotta get more anti-air units up. I don't see the point in moving there. Alright. I have 1 more fighter and 1 more bomber. I am liking... it's real tempting to take out this artillery, but then what do I do about the T-34? Rather, what we really want to do is bait the AI into making a bad attack. Let's see. This thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then take this out next turn. That would be ideal. One, 2, 3, 6. There are ways to manipulate this in my favor. Okay, got the plan. I will take out this artillery. Force march. Alright. I'm not confident I can hold the airfield, so I'm definitely not rebasing there. This turn at least, but next turn, maybe. They're heavy weapon infantry, so you gotta watch out a little bit. I could pull the recon unit back a little. Don't really see what that accomplishes. Alright, let's see what the Soviet response is. Okay. Ow. But that's fine. This is all fine. This cavalry did what I thought it would do. Did way more damage than I thought. Okay. You do that, buddy. You're now encircled. Whoa! How did I forget to encircle this unit? I forgot. Like, it's so easy to forget the way the supply works in this game. I needed to keep a unit back here to keep this combat engineer encircled. Like, the off-map supply, I have a hard time getting used to that, apparently. That's fine. Those combat engineers did not do as much damage as I thought they would. But clearly, I think I meant to keep the artillery here. I was just thinking, oh, we might as well start advancing. And then this thing would have a strength of 2, and it would be dealt with. Good news is it's out of its entrenchment, so that's something. But definitely not as satisfying as it could be. Plus, I took damage on the artillery that I did not want to take. I always forget, like, the AI is quite capable of maneuver. What is this? The Sturmakov? Is this the unit? Oh, this is the unit with the hero. Oh, but yeah. Well. These conscripts have healed. Well, that fighter needs to die. We could just bomb the combat engineers, but not sure that's even the best move. If I hit it, it's gonna retreat here. I need to capture some airfields. I also need to see what else is in the fog. I think that's actually the highest priority. Okay. Anti-tank guns, so we definitely want to flank the city from the south. Shockingly, no low number of troops, honestly, defending some of these positions. Like, this is a interesting depiction. I'm okay with this. The Soviets lost so many units in the southern and southwestern fronts in the Kharkov 42 disaster. The reason why the Germans didn't get that many prisoners is, frankly, there weren't even that many prisoners to be gotten. So this is pretty accurate in that sense. Really want to take out this tank. Nice. Sure. Cool, maybe I can finish you off. Now, encircling this town will be good, but I am slightly worried about getting counterattacked. Oh, this is a victory hex. It's different. Like, the AI doesn't leave its victory hexes, but it will leave other types of hexes. Still gotta encircle this town. I can capture this flag next turn. Like, capturing it this turn doesn't really do anything. But I can get a slight bonus. Oh. I don't want to get hit by that recon car. But I do want to cover... I think these two units should swap. Alright, this infantry will be very weak next turn. Just wait. I need to see what else is out here. Okay. I go here and I cover here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's only bad if they have T-34s on these hexes. Let's find out. Nothing. Okay. Got it. Oh, well, now these units don't have air cover. I could move a fighter down there to help out. Oh, wow, I can even shoot down the Stormakov. Potentially. I should probably do that. If I take out their air units, they can't bomb me. What are these air? Well, I gotta put a fighter to cover these. Like, all my losses come from the red air units. I think we try to wipe out the conscripts. That did not do much. Okay. Really hoping for an overrun here. Hold on. Let's buff the accuracy. Don't know if an airfield here would actually accomplish much. I'm not sure what I do with that bomber. Why are these... Oh, the mass attack difference. That's why. Okay. There's a recon car, but those aren't very fast. I still have this this thing to deal with. If I hit it here, it's gonna retreat here, which is bad. I think I do things a little weird. This should force you to retreat onto the river. Okay, or I don't do enough damage. Ugh. Messing that up really screwed me up there. Oh, no, I want to attack you. As much as capturing that airfield would be tempting, don't see how I do it. This thing has a spotting of 4, right? Yeah. Ugh. Screwing this up is really gonna delay my advance. That was just a very unfortunate positioning. Okay. Sturmakov is weak. It's also dangerous. This fighter, still clearing out the fighters is also really good. Is this an Air Cobra? P-40. Huh. Definitely need a bridge engineer here. To do that, we need to take out the cavalry. I think we've got to work on taking out the Soviet fighters. This needs covered. Alright, we do also have to keep up the advance. I kind of want a recon card here to block because who knows what sort of Soviet troops are through there. We can use... Oh. I mean, they probably don't have bombers that can reach back here because among other things, they in theory shouldn't have the scouting range for it, but you can definitely see that. So, messing this northern flank up is going to be very painful. Can't believe I messed up that encirclement. So painful. Now I'm having a very difficult time positioning my units. Just pull the recon unit back, honestly. They shouldn't have anything that could attack their way through. So technically, these are unprotected. I am bringing something up to help. Not moving out of my air cover umbrella. Deal with this cavalry next turn. Okay. Weaken these conscripts. Deal with them next turn. Alright, this is fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Where's my AT gun? Come on, T-34. You know you want to attack me. You know you want to do it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I can't go there. Right, these things have 6 moves. 2, 3. Okay. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? Need an air cover, artillery cover. Not as critical. We'll deal with that cavalry next turn. Well, no. It's very weak. We should be able to overrun it next turn. I think this position doesn't have any air cover, so it would be wise to get it some air cover. What else? Recon plane. Can I rebase? Yes, I can. Oh, I didn't capture that. Maybe it was a mistake to not capture that, but let's see what else is out here. Random Soviet troops. This advance is not going as fast as I would like, which concerns me. You just stay put. Ah, okay. You want to do this? I am okay with that. Whoa, I did not see that move. That was a good move by the AI. How did I not see that move? Oh, it's a recon unit. It can bypass zone of control? This is irritating. These are roads. It must have used phase movement. In the first game, the AI doesn't know how to use phase movement. I was counting on blocking this hex, which should have stopped from the scout car from doing what it did here. But I always forget that the AI is more capable now. Okay. I mean, that T-34 can't do anything. The Panzer should get an overrun, right? Good. Alright. What else is up here? Okay, we're finally making a bit of progress. What is this? Oh, a bomb. Oh no, that's the recon plane. Okay. Oh. Might as well do a little damage to it. We gotta clear out this cavalry. Tempted to put a recon unit next to it, but I think the recon unit will have more important things to do. There we go. This unit is basically wrecked. Maybe I do use the recon unit here. Kind of to helping circle a little bit. Because I really want this airfield. So I can rebase planes over there. Especially the recon unit, because I need to see what else is in this fog. It's going to be cloudy next turn, so we got to use our Air Force this turn. These things are wheeled, right? They can only move 4. Recon card's not even guaranteed to kill it. Cut off that town next turn. We gotta start being able to bombard it. You know what? Hold on. Getting supply from here, right? It's so weird the way to do that. Yeah, it's so weird. I actually think the Panzer IV will be fine. Technically, the recon card doesn't have air cover unless I do this. Alright, I'll deal with the cavalry next turn. Gotta force the surrender here. And well, I could rebase next turn. Forcing to surrender might be difficult. What is the movement on Marsh? Very, very bad. This is the only way I can do it. These things have oh, they don't have rapid fire, okay. Oh, I'm gonna get wrecked here by bombers. I feel like I have to elite reinforce this. But I can't see how I force a surrender. I don't think I can. So we're just gonna have to do it. I could encircle it and deal with it next turn, but no. Okay, I learned my lesson. Oh my god, that is expensive. But I don't see that I have a choice. Yeah, I gotta protect that 88 gun pretty much at all costs. Alright, now I can do something like this. These conscripts are, well, they're already so weak, I can start dealing with them next turn. Bridge engineer can come capture this. Guess we'll rebase next turn. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Not really seeing what attacking that T-34 accomplishes. It just might force it to run back and repair. I would much rather it repair on the bad terrain here. So I'm just gonna do my own replacements. Can't afford elite. Well, that's not true. I have 10,000 prestige. I can afford to do anything I want. That's a dirt airfield, right? I can't even rebase there. All right. Hold on. This has cover. This has cover. This has cover. This has cover. The battle group in the middle should advance out north. I'm not super worried about that T-34. We're just gonna bombard it. There's nothing else. This battle group in the middle is moving very slowly, which I don't like that. I don't even know what to use this strategic bomber on. Maybe I rebase it south to help with, it doesn't really make sense. Rebase it north to help with Voronezh. What is that? Is that a dirt airfield? Yes. Alright, so can't really rebase it north. I have no idea what to use this unit on. I guess I just repair. Well, it's kind of expensive. I don't really need to repair it. Everything's so expensive now. I think that bomber just stays put. There's nothing to use it on. We'll start rebasing some fighters. Alright, let's see what the AI does. Uh-huh. Ow. They really know what to target. Sure, do that. They really know to target the 88 gun because it's so expensive. I mean, that's not a bad choice, buddy. Not a bad idea. Alright, these conscripts, we can't force to surrender necessarily. Oh. I really need to know what else is down there in the fog. So attack, is it going to retreat here or here? I think it's going to retreat up here. Because the AI... Ooh. The AI always retreats to minimize contact with other units. Let's see what else is down here. Another recon plane. Okay, some artillery and guards and so forth. I mean, it don't seem like they have much down there. Well, the chance of taking out that Stormakov is too good. Okay. Oh, I can't do much damage. And I rebase all my fighters. Okay. We're gonna rebase a fighter here. Oh, that's nice. Maybe I can hold off on those elite replacements now. Okay, this cavalry is useless. I need to move the I need to move this bridge engineer. Can't be wasting time. Might have to get rid of some of my air cover real quick. Alright, let's see. What is behind here? They make this historically accurate. There would be a huge tank army. There might be. What is all this stuff? There's a... Oh, M3 Lee tank. Definitely want to hit Voronezh from the south. We take this airfield. The AI should not be able to do much. Not sure what I do with that fighter. I might have to rebase it somewhere else. Alright, well. What is this? An M3 Lee? It's got a it's very slow. Maybe we could bait it to attack us somehow? The recon car. You know, start working on the entrenchment here. Okay, I have I mean, they don't seem to have much down here, right? From what I recall, they don't have much down there. I could just use the recon card to encircle. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't reach me. These may be conscripts, but they're still annoying. We'll deal with them next turn. This recon car might come up to attack me, so I want to put myself in a position to counterattack. I'm thinking that Sturmakov needs to die. Voronezh doesn't have any anti-air. That seems to be a flaw. What other units do I have? I don't have enough artillery up north. But in between encirclements, should be able to hold off these Soviet troops. Alright, this battle group down here. I think there was a cavalry. I don't know what else is looking at fog, which is a little scary. Yeah, I'm not seeing the artillery being particularly valuable. From what I recall, there was some cavalry or some such in the middle there. Chance of getting an encirclement a little too good. I will attack here. Alright, this unit will be useless next turn. Alright, let's see what happens. Whoa, a KV tank. That's okay. Oh, it wants to attack my Panzer II. That is less okay. Alright, little recon car. I did not see that KV tank coming. We can deal... Oh, we could even get a surrender on this unit and capture ourselves a shiny new KV tank. I like it. I like it. But this seems like a good place to pause the video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.